Najee. Hello everybody, my name is Najee. This is Najee Talks, midweekly rant. So before I start with the rant, I would like to give a shout out to my father. Today's his birthday, David Timothy Hampton the first. He actually passed away like around when I was 11. But just want to give him the shout out. Since it's on the day of me recording. So anyways, let's move on. All right, let's begin. So today's rant is on materialism. So let's begin from me growing up, materialism wise. Back in the day, we didn't have much entertainment. We had like games and sports and like friends and stuff. But TV was a big thing for us. And TV also came with commercials. And so the commercials, always had, all those, subliminal messaging and stuff like that. And, they make you want certain things. Makes you think that, this is like what you want, this is what you need. Especially around like holidays and stuff they make you feel like, I need this and I need that, like Black Friday stuff, or even just like every time there's always a sale. Like just because always has a sale. Basically every weekend they always gonna make an excuse for a sale. And so they make you feel like you need these things, but you really don't. And there are plenty of people that be buying these things, and they don't even need them. And then so it's like really kind of just, pointless to just be like out here trying to get certain things just for so-called saving money, but it's like, kind of feels like it's like you kind of feel incomplete, I guess, certain people when you don't get certain things, I guess. Or maybe even just wanting to please certain people, by buying these things, or just having them to be like, I have it. And so then people be like, oh, that's cool, you got it, so. Or if somebody else talks about it, I'm gonna get that, whatever. Like, I'm gonna get it because, they talk about it. At the end of the day, it's still pointless, wasting the money. Another thing that was big, still is big now, is billboards. Those advertisements that be on the, everything for real. And it's like even like nowadays, it's like all this, like there's like a big old electronic billboard just like right by my house, on Manchester and like Los Angeles, and it's like really just big and bright for no reason. And it's like just like a whole bunch of like different advertisements and stuff, and there's still always gonna be the bus stop ones and the bus ones and the train ones and stuff, and they want you to buy things and stuff and make you feel like you need these certain things. Excuse me. And it's kind of just like you don't really need it, but it's like they choose the right slogans, and it makes you feel like let me buy these, that sounds cool, like, or like even like with the commercials, they always make you try to feel like you're not cool if you don't have it or something, or you're gonna be the only one without it or something, or be the envy of your family or the envy of your friends or something, like they be doing those things all the time where you go, oh yeah, I kinda wanna do that, I wanna be that, I don't wanna be that, the kind or whatever. So, it becomes kind of weird. And even just like with certain things like commercial wise, like it's like when it comes to like diamonds, like diamonds are just like a big advertising for materialism in general, and they make you feel like you need these things, and they make these commercials, and they say that if you don't get these diamonds for this woman, then you're not, like you're not a man, or you're not her man, or like you're not, they make you feel like you're not adequate, to be her significant other, or even just for mothers and stuff, like they are gonna make you feel bad, like you gotta get these certain things, like, oh, you can get it from, Jared or Kay or whatever. They make these little jingles to make it sound cool. Every kiss begins with K, and it's like, nobody cares about that. kids begin to care. It's nonsense. God, it's so stupid. Anyways, but they make you feel like it's special. It's like, and then even like the packaging. People care about packaging. Like it's not that important, honestly. Anyways, but yeah. So and even like even like with the radios and stuff, like, because even like back when it was just normal radios and cars and stuff, or even just the boombox, whatever it is, and then now we have like Pandora has commercials. If you don't have like the premium and stuff, if you just want the free one, then you don't need commercials. I think Spotify has commercials too. If you get the free one, it's anything free really. They use this radio, so it's gonna come with commercials. Commercials are always gonna do the same, really. It's just like voiceover over video, so they gotta make sure they capture it better and get your attention and make you want them more. Like just like be like, oh, like let me because the thing you can't just visually do it with the video. It's like with voices, you gotta make it's like really get in there, like deep in there, like so you gotta be we gotta pay attention to those things. Subliminally, them getting you. You gotta think about it, so be careful. Another thing, before we even get to so we have music in general. So especially with rap. Rap is like really big on talking about materialism so much. Because it's because we're in the day, because how it was we had Black Power, right? Where we was doing our own thing, individualism and stuff, and Black Wall Street and all that other good jazz, you feel me? And then, boom, it's they fucked us over with drugs, and then now niggas is addicts, they don't have any jobs, now they have to sell drugs because they have no jobs. And then when they sell drugs, then people get addicted to the drugs they sell them to. That's all in their neighborhood. But then the people that are selling the drugs are the ones that are making quick money. And then the people that are addicts are the ones that keep buying. And so then so the people that keep getting the money from the selling drug wise, they're making quick money. So now it looks good. It's just with stripping makes quick money, So it's quick money, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is when it comes to rapping and stuff, most of the rappers are people that used to sell drugs, so they're used to getting the money and making it quick and stuff. So if you think about materialism, because this is just survival more than anything else. Because most of the time they're doing it to survive. Because if they can't get a job, then they have to sell drugs to make money for their family. So now you're like, man. So now you gotta think about it that way. But then at the same time, then after a certain point, it becomes more. You gotta, because it's like the grind, so you gotta do that shit every day, make sure you don't get fucking caught up and killed or whatever, so it's a lot more to it, and then that's the lifestyle. Then, you get a chance to rap, and you're rapping about that. And then once you get the chance, when you getting big from rapping, making money from rapping, then, you're able to get more things out of it. So now you're thinking about all this materialism to get from it. You're now the raps are gonna be more even before that, you're rapping about getting bigger and better things. And then it's okay, I'm okay, let me they're okay, this is what I want. You know what I'm saying? I wanna get more and more stuff from the money. Then when you get it, you still want more, clearly, or you just talk about what you have. There are rappers that just talk about what they have. Jeezy is literally just a whole bunch of lyrics about materials. So people like that. And then after the music, then you have the music videos. So that's when you have the directors and stuff that visualize these things and make it into something something more than just the music. You know what I'm saying? So now you're able to visualize it. I like to watch music videos just to see how the director, how he visualizes it. I enjoy it, but at the same time, it's so much pumping materialism wise in these videos, and they're always, and most of it's not even stuff that's theirs. You know what I'm saying? The cars and the girls and the money and the jewelry and it's just really annoying. The chains and the grills and all that stuff, the clothes, none of it's theirs. And it's really pointless. But then they make you want these things, but they don't even have it. There are rappers that actually have them, but but they also were at the point where they didn't have it at first and faked it, and then they eventually have it, so they used real stuff. But there were times when they didn't. So, and now you're looking at it like, man, like this looks cool, like like it looked dope, like what they got going on, like. But it's like, but they're not even living that life, and it's like so they're faking it the whole time, but you don't even know it because everybody's like looking up to these people, like, oh, I can be that, because it's like we don't really have too many like, just role model wise, like. Most of the role models are just like you got people that are gonna either rap or play sports. Those are the biggest things that people aim for. I mean, we have a lot of people that go to college, but like with our generation, since so many of us are in college, and then the people that had jobs before us, they got fired. You know what I'm saying? So then now they're looking for jobs too. So yeah, these people with experience from these positions, but now they have to go lower, and then at the same time. We're the ones coming out of college with experience, but they are the older ones, but then they have to come under us. And so it kind of messes with them, but then you have to like kind of compete with it because it kind of messes things up when you think about it, because we just have the mind, and we're still fresh because we came out of school. But then it's it's still like weird, because it's like you're not really making a lot in these like loans. And then like a lot of times people don't even have a lot. Like for me, it's like I'm in grad school, right? And I have a year left before I get my doctorate. And so it's like, that's different because it's like something more focused than just having a bachelor's and going from there. And so it's able, so I'm able to make more money from it. And that, what I'm saying? But not everybody can do that, You know what I'm saying? Like it takes, like it's taking time. I've done this shit for like at least, since fall 2015, that's when I started. It's fall 2019. And I'll be done so it should be the end of summer 2020. So think about that, and it's like I just been at school this whole time, and it's like so it's like all that sacrifice and shit, but it ain't for everybody, And then my brother, he just graduated from med school, so he put in that work, what I'm saying? It's in the same kind of boat, really, but it is what it is, though. But at the end of the day, we're about to make some better money, I guess, whatever. But we're gonna be old as fuck. When we get big and actually get experience and names and whatever. Anyway, besides that though. But money wise though, what I'm saying? You have only certain people that are gonna end up striving for certain things or look at certain things a certain way. I mean, you have rappers that are trying to do better now, changing up the game with certain things, which is dope, and I like it, and I always appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we have, especially like with music now, it's really bad. And then it's like all they do is talk about is drugs. So now people are gonna be doing drugs. And then so that changes the game more too. Like just telling them people becoming addicted to these drugs, whatever. So it's like and then you still need money to buy these drugs. So you gotta get the money to buy the stuff, and then you broke. So now it's like, but like all of it is just like rubbing off on us. Everything is rubbing off subliminally, rubbing on it, and then it's like everything is like kind of like I want to be like that person. I want to be like this person, act like this person, do like this person. Look at the videos. Oh, look at what they got going on. I want to be like that person. Like it's like really, really sad, honestly. It's not getting any better. Yeah, it's just man. Then we have social media. So social media also has advertisements too, but of course just the people like. Just think about like the people that come like flaunt a lot on the gram or on Facebook or whatever, and just be like, like making it look like they're doing big things when they're really not. It's like it's kind of like more so just making it seem they're kind of like because they flex for no reason. They're like, oh, I got this, got that, But it's like they're thinking like they're gonna be like looking cool in front of people, and it's really, 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 it's really stupid. And then you got people who want to, of course, want to be like them. So you have people that are faking it on the ground, and then people watching them, and they're like, oh, like I want to be like that person. So now they're envying that person's life, thinking, okay, I can't, I want to be like that person, but then like not realizing that you have your own shit going on. Like, just do you and be good. Like, like that's the important thing. Like that's why I don't like. I didn't really like using Instagram, but my brother Don had put me on it and said I want it, but you see I don't really, they post a lot of like nonsense, like all my shit is mostly like deep stuff, and then even with my businesses, like they're both for business, and like the reason why I'm on it now more so just because for like I'm doing it for business wise, like like that's the real reason I hustle on the ground for business, like as you can see. So that's the point. But I don't really be doing this just to be looking like looking cool or whatever. Like I don't care about that nonsense. I've never been a person to care about bandwagons. Like growing up for me, because like, I was a weird child, so I wasn't big on materials. My brothers Diamond Dave were, my sister Nina was. Like, basically black people in the communities always were, especially when it comes to the Jordans, of course, and Nikes and shit, and clothes, right? So like brand name clothes and stuff, and all the nonsense where you spend and waste money. And like I wore Adidas a lot and Chucks. That was my big thing. I wore those more so than anything else. And like I was like really bad with matching clothes. Dom hated me for it. And he was like the ultimate matcher. But for me it was just like kind of like, of course I didn't want to like look stupid, but still at the same time, I went to school where I wore uniform all the time, so I didn't really get a chance to not wear uniform until college. So I went to ski, that was when I stopped, when I got out of that. But about that time, I was getting more into like, I got more, I was able to like, I kind of got more of a sense of fashion by that time, and I kind of gained it more and more. But besides that, I didn't, because like when you're in school, you're just wearing uniform all the time, so you don't really care about that right now. Like the only thing that we can actually do was like when it came to like, looking cool, whatever, was like your shoes or like maybe like a jacket or something, that was pretty much it. So besides that though, like nothing else. And so that's why I didn't care as much, and so I had to care. So and then like now when I'm at grad school, and it's like because the thing is like my grad school, chiropractic school, we actually didn't even have to like, because like my brother Dave, when he went to medical school, he had to actually like dress up and stuff. I didn't, so we didn't really care when he was in classes. But then when we started actually doing like clinical work, we had to wear uniform, like certain uniforms, like polos and stuff. So like now I do that, and that's pretty much it is what it is. And then whenever I do have like classes where I can just wear whatever, I'll clearly wear my own shit more than anything else, or stuff I buy that I think is like dope. Like my HBCU grad stuff, or what I'm saying, clearly my stuff, or anything that like I think is just like dope stuff that I buy for small businesses. I'll wear that stuff more than anything else because I like a message. But I've never like been like really big on materials, so it kind of made me weird. But it is what it is, because now I don't care about bandwagon, so that helps because I can easily. And then like I also had I took an AP statistics class at King Drew back in high school, and we actually learned about like we learned about like basically like how they stretch graphs and data and not falsify, but they'll kind of like stretch the truth of data, or like they'll like fast forward a commercial like with the little small print stuff, just so you don't understand what's going on because you can't hear it, but they still said it, so they legally went through with it by saying it, but they went fast. So all of these things are like really like important things to picture and think about, because now once my eyes opened up to these things with the class I took, I was able to realize that it was like now I see these things. Like I'm noticing all these things. Like I even did like a project where I did a commercial where we talked about a project, and then we fast forward the small print, and then then sold it and tried to sell it and stuff, whatever. So we did all this stretching and stuff, whatever, and it was like pretty cool. But yeah, so now I see these things like every time I watch commercials, or since I like listen more. And then especially when it comes to like all those like prescription commercials and stuff, I'll be like, let me listen to what the side effects are. Especially since now I'm in medical school basically, where I learn these things. I know what these things are now. Like I listen to them, like, okay, that's kind of stupid or whatever. So that's so that's a big thing for real. So now social standards. Oh, that has to be the biggest thing. Like I was saying, like for me when I was in grade school, I didn't care too much about dressing, and so it's like, clothing and stuff, whatever. But people would really like in the black community, man, they clown you for like the littlest things, like Like it's really, really sad, honestly. I think, yeah. I remember one time I got some Jordans. Down bought some Jordans online for me, and someone thought they were fake at school, and I was like, I didn't care. I didn't care about the shoes. They were just kind of cool though, but apparently someone was looking at them like, oh these shoes are fake. Like literally looking at them, like scanning them down, like you know what I'm saying, like where'd you get them? Like whoop de whoop, like bro, I don't care. Like like it's not gonna bother me. But the thing is, they just want to hound and just like feel important to be like, oh well, I know quality shoes. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of pointless to be like that. Like, oh man. And then it's just annoying because they gotta hound you for forever just to get a point across. It doesn't make sense to be doing these things. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is like, and then like what I'm really like grateful for is that like nowadays, nobody really cares about certain things anymore. Like all that materials, all that like clothing stuff, name brand stuff, like those things don't even matter no more. Like honestly, like even when it comes to like like shoes and stuff, like I can just go to like a place where I can get some cheap shoes that look cool. Nobody cares about like the type of shoes they are. It's just like, oh, they look cool, that's good, we're good. And then clothing wise, like no, it's not really like big on like, because they used to be like big like name brands like South Pole and what was that one with it was like South Pole and like John and stuff like that, whatever. And Rockaware, yeah. And so those were like really just big signs on shirts or polos or it's like kind of like those were like the thing. But like nowadays, I don't even know what company the clothes I wear is. It's like pretty much just, I mean, clearly except for my stuff, but like I'll wear something that doesn't have a logo on it. I mean, it clearly is made by somebody, but it's on like the like the tag and stuff, but it's not like a big logo on the shirt that says boom this, or polo or something like that, or like it's like really, it used to be like really, when you think about it, it was kind of annoying. It used to be everywhere, but like now it's not really anywhere. So you just wear something that has like a nice pattern on it, color, that looks nice. You wear it. That's pretty much it. You don't really care about anything else after that. And it's like, and then and so that's kind of cool because it's like you can kind of just do a lot more without caring as much, style-wise. And I like that for sure. Because then now people aren't really like hounding as much because no one's just saying, look at your shirt like, what is that? Nobody cares now. Nobody cares at all. Especially as you get old enough, nobody cares what this is really pointless. Like honestly, if people still do these things, at this age, you know what I'm saying? Man, you need a life. Honestly, you need a life. Alright, so this other one, so nostalgia is actually a big point. I was just I'm a part of an anime grouping, like anime and like gaming and stuff, and we were talking about Pokemon. That's what it was, Pokemon. They were talking about the new Pokemon game, like two of them. I think it was like Sword and Shield, and then somebody was like, Martin was like, oh, like talking about it's really just pointless because it's like it's just for the nostalgia of buying the game, and then everyone was like, oh yeah, like I don't even keep up with these games no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of like lost it after a while. Like it's kind of pointless now, but there's like, I mean, people still do, still buying and stuff, but yeah, the nostalgia is the biggest thing because what they'll do is like, especially like the Pokemon Go. Oh my God, that Pokemon Go, that was such a bandwagon nostalgic experience that I'm so glad I wasn't a part of. So glad I don't do these things and don't get hooked on them. It was just like annoying because I was just like to me, I just feel like, if people were, people are gonna be into these things and they'll just talk about them. Like if I just want to learn about a show that people love so much, I'll just listen to somebody talk or just look at Instagram or Facebook. They'll talk about it. Like I don't really need to care about it like people do. Like when they used to have like watch parties for stuff. Oh, nah, I'm good. Cause I'm sure somebody don't talk about this stuff, so it's kind of pointless to even care. Or if it's like something, if it's like I even get to the point like if it's like something I'll just like, oh, like let me. Like it'd be like a time when they're watching it, I'm just so happy to be there. And like I'll also good episode, but like then I don't really care about what happened before it. And then at the same time, people can always just catch me up, and I don't care. I'm like, that's cool because I'm not about to binge this show. So it's like, whatever's on now, just tell me what happened before, and I'm good. We good on that, you know? But like, yeah, the Pokemon Go stuff, it was like really just, you know, because people were doing it, people that wanted to do this for so long, were like, finally get a chance to, you know, go out and, you know, adventure, with, you know, with being a trainer. I mean, it was cool when you think about it though. But it's still like, think about how many sheep, how many sheeple, you know what I'm saying, joined on to this, just follow the shepherd of the game or whatever. Should be like, oh, I want to be a Pokemon trainer because I wanted to do that. I mean, it's kind of weird. Still, at the end of the day, it's cool and all, but it's still weird because it's like so many other things out there that you kind of wanted to do. Like I watch so many other shows back in the day, and I still watch more shows now that I like, but I'm not gonna be like, you know, like One Piece is definitely one of my favorite anime, but I'm not gonna be out here like, oh my god, like if One Piece did a One Piece, what is it, where it's like augmented reality, I'm not gonna care. Like I'm gonna be sitting there like, let me get on this ship and sail. You know, like it's not a big thing for me. But yeah, but yeah, the nostalgia is like really, really, really huge. Especially like, cause like even with like movies, like they remake so many movies just so people can be like, oh, like it's the same thing as before. But now that they have it out now, I can have my child watch it with me or some bullshit or whatever. Like when they remade, I think it was like It was a big one, I guess, whatever. I didn't watch the first one, but apparently they made another one and they made a chapter 2 to it, I guess. Like that was the one that they remade. I mean, some that they make that they're different. I like the ones that are different. Like when it's like the Ghostbusters with the girls, I watched that, was pretty funny. And I like that they changed it. Like I don't like when it's like the same exact thing. I mean, Lion King, of course, was the only one that I ever decided to do that with, where it was like I decided to go on nostalgia just purposes, and just to be like, okay, like, well, I mean, I like Donald Glover, so I was like, put him in there, and then, and then, just I guess like the whole different type of animation, not the same cartoon. See if they want to change certain things. I like to see that too, but like besides that though, like there was pretty much nothing else that I really cared about. Oh, Power Rangers was a good one that they made. I like that one because that was a really cool version. And yeah, so certain ones I like, I like one of the big shows I like was like Once Upon a Time, where it's like they take a lot of like the Disney characters and they'll change it and make it more like a realistic thing and change up like how the characters are. Like they'll turn villains to heroes, and then you find out that heroes are villains. Like it was like really cool. I liked how they did that. So dope. And then so like certain movies like Maleficent, because I like how they twisted up the story. And then I watched the newer one. That was a good one too. So those are the ones that I kind of like. All right, I can do. I'll do those because they'll change it. I like that they'll change it and not do the same thing just to get money. So like but like like this like it's just like the materialism is like. Oh man, we gotta do better. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do better, man. We gotta do much more better. But yeah, man, just this is my father, David Timothy Hampton the first. Thank you so much for listening. This has been Najee Hampton, and this has been Your Weekly Rant for Najee Talks. Thank you. Thank you for watching the episode. Before you go, please subscribe and hit that bell so you can get notifications. Because I know you don't want me to continuously send you DMs and text messages every week. Instead, you just get notifications every time I upload an episode Sundays, and then when I upload my mid-weekly rants on Wednesdays. Thank you and have a good day.